I'm not gonna lie, I fumbled the woman I was supposed to marry, and it was completely my fault.
And she, at the time, one of the best women, or one of the best women that I've ever met and that I've ever been with in my life.
If he could rewind time back, he would have never cheated on a woman that he wanted to be with at that time.
Every man has this particular woman in his life that he fumbled at the time. And it was only when she left that he realized he fumbled her. It was when she left that he realized that he could have treated her better. This woman cooks and cleans. She's emotionally intelligent. She doesn't argue. But his insecurity didn't make him value this woman. He felt she was too needy and boring. Even though he has been in different relationships, he still regrets that he has fumbled the good woman he had. Let's listen to these men share their regrets on how they fumbled the good woman they had.
Fellas, so I'm going to tell you a quick story time about the one that got away in my life. So about 2 years ago, I had met this woman, got acquainted with this woman or whatever it may be. And she, at the time, one of the best women, or one of the best women that I've ever met and that I've ever been with in my life. I'm talking about she, wonderful person. She was a smart lady in the healthcare field. She was very in school, very motivated, very beautiful, in shape. She cooked, she cleaned, she cooked, clean, she was smart. Her family loved her, the people around her loved her. She was just a very vibrant and a very wonderful individual.
She cooks
I really
and clean for
admired the way that she carried herself. She was very traditional. She covered herself up. She wasn't like some of the new age women that we see today, and no disrespect to those ladies. At that time, I wasn't a bad man, but I didn't have everything together. My mental wasn't right. The way that I was carrying myself wasn't together. The way that I presented myself wasn't together. And I was one of those men that allowed red pill podcasts or certain content on the internet or certain things that we see on the internet talking about how men should be the women, how women should be the men and stuff like that. I was one of those guys that fell victim, and I'm holding myself accountable. But I was one of those guys that fell victim to that bullshit and thinking that that's how relationships and that's how people should be. And that was a big reason, my attitude and the way that I looked at life.
The internet has a way of shaping your life.
That came to an end, and I'm no longer in that. And I fumbled that. And my ego was big, super arrogant, super whatever. I was just letting the wrong information get in my mind, and I ended up losing a wonderful woman. If the man that I am today, if I was that man then, we would have been married, we would have had kids by now. But even though I lost that lady, even though I fumbled that woman, what I learned was, after I really went through a process of working on myself, evolving, getting my mind right, becoming better, seeing what it truly means to be a man, seeing what it truly means to be a man to a woman, and seeing how a man should carry himself, how a man should operate, how a man should be. Once I done the work and I focused on becoming the best version of myself, I started to notice that the more that I evolved, the more that I started meeting women that were equal to her or that was just as great as she was, and still were wonderful people, gave me wonderful experiences and things of that nature. So fellas, a lot of times we as men, we gonna fumble a good woman, whether it's one, whether it's two, whether it's three. But what you need to know is, the more that you grow, the more that you become better, the more that you start to improve, the more that you evolve in all areas of your life, you are gonna come across women that are amazing and that are wonderful. And it's on you as a man to make sure that you don't f that up, because you can f it up if you're not right up here and if you're not doing the right things. So fellas, if you fumble the bag, if you fumble the lady, I know it hurt. It don't feel good. But I promise you, bro, the more that you grow, the more that you become better, you're going to see that there's so many wonderful women and so many great options, and you're going to find that person that you feel is for you.
It is a beautiful thing that he's taking accountability for his actions. He has evolved. But take your mind back to the frustration that his ex received from him. These men have their way of frustrating the good woman in their life, and then they turn around and become better. And then all the training that the good woman has been giving them, they evolve, they do better, and beginning to treat the next woman better. This next woman gets the best version of them, while their ex moves on feeling damaged, moves on with the trauma, feeling that she's not a good woman, she's not worthy of love, she's not worthy of commitment, she's the problem, and all of that. So this is just to remind you that you are not the problem, okay? Don't blame yourself for everything that is happening. It's not about you.
I'm not gonna lie, I fumbled the woman I was supposed to marry, and it was completely my fault. See, in a lot of relationships and situations I've had with women, it's rarely ever been my fault as to why things ended. Like, I've been cheated on, I've been played, I've been strung along. Like, there's been so many situations to where it hasn't been directly my fault as to why things haven't worked out. But this particular girl, with this story I'm about to tell you guys, It was completely my fault, and I can't lie. After seeing the delusion that's in the market today, I'm just like, anything I could do to get that woman back, bro, and just go back to that time, I'll do it, bro. You know. So there was this girl that I had mutual friends with, and I'd seen her a couple of times like when I was just walking through town and stuff like that. Anyways, one day, like I had her on Snap as well, so I started up to her story one time. Then we just start talking, you know what I'm saying? Then we just start realizing we got a few things in common. We start talking more and more and more and more. And long and behold, we link up, you know what I'm saying? We vibe or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then we keep linking up, and then one thing leads to another, and she became my girlfriend. You feel me? It was never like an argumentative type of thing. You feel me? Like, it was a very healthy relationship. Like, when she was wrong, she genuinely apologized. She'd apologize. She'd literally ask me how I'm doing on a daily basis. She'd check up on me.
Have you guys noticed that it is always the girls that are so good, the ones that do not argue, the ones that are so kind, the ones that are loyal, very obedient and sweet girls? Those are the ones that they usually fumble. This is to let you know that when you are being too nice and good, they feel that you are boring. They feel that you're too needy.
If I hadn't responded in too long, she'd be like, yo, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, so many different things in it. You feel me? And to me, because I was so immature at the time, and because of like how young I was and my lack of experience, I was just like, bro, she's bare needy, bro. Like, why is she always bugging me, bro? Like, bro, she's bare annoying, man. You feel me? I'm just bored, man. This girl's boring. Because at the time, right, I'm there thinking, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be like Future. I have 20 different hoes. So I thought was cool. But, you know, I'm just there like, I had a healthy thing that I fumbled. And so one day, I was in my room and I was like, yeah, you know what? I need to break up with this girl, man. Feel me? Because she's getting on my nerves, bro. I swear to God. So I invite her over, whatever. And then, you know, we're talking. And then I just tell her, look, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it's not you, it's me. You know the scripts, guys. You feel me? And, you know, she started crying and breaking down. Now, bear in mind, she'd basically introduced me to her older sister. And then when she got home, my older sister, like, called me through the girl's phone. And the older sister was bare mad. And the parents were there as well, which was crazy, man. You feel me? And this girl had met my mom as well. And even to this day, my mom still asks about, like, I was like, yo, that's how much of a great woman she was, man. Like, after a while now, she must have got over, man, innit? You know what I'm saying? And then I realized, like, bro, she was genuinely, like, wifey material. Because I told us, like, some things about me, innit, that were, like, deep. And she handled it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't ready, bro, I fumbled it. So if you're somebody who's in a situation where like, oh, this girl's bare clingy, she's needy, trust me, keep that girl, marry that girl. You know what I'm saying? Don't let her go, man, because, bro, what's out here, fam? Trust me, it's 10 times worse, bro.
Somebody I looked up to told me one day, if he could rewind time back, he would have never cheated on a woman that he wanted to be with at that time. Now, this man get a lot of women's attention, a lot. And he said as a young man, he couldn't control himself. Every woman that was throwing it at him that was fine, he was taking it. And sometimes he would cheat on the girl that he was with, and not that he done, he'll literally start thinking to himself, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? So he said he started feeling bad, and then he didn't want to talk to the girl. And then when he got home, he just felt like something was eating at him. He said over the time, he wasn't getting caught, so he started getting number and number and number to the feeling. Until one day, she called him up. And that one day cost him everything. The crazy part about it, he wasn't even married. He was so hurt that the decision that he made took him away from his family. He said, man, I messed up, man. I had a woman that was a good woman. She cooked, she cleaned, she respected me. She did everything I wanted a woman to do as a young man. He said when he was in his early 20s cheating on that young lady, that was the dumbest thing or the dumbest mistake he ever made. And this the part that blew my mind, right? He said when she found out she was hurt, she didn't want to talk to him. He said they started talking again because they had a child together. But she quickly turned her feelings off. He said he would go to her saying that he was sorry and think that things could change, they can get back together. But every single time he said he's sorry, she says, I know, and I forgive you. I just hope you find the person that you're looking for.
The only reason why he's feeling bad or he has come to realization is because he got caught. I really like that this woman is standing on business. Our decision to let go, to hide that feeling, switch off the feeling, is stronger than our feelings for him, and I like that.
He said every woman that he done dealt with from that point on, the way she carried herself, the way she stood on business, and she told him while they was dating, before they had a child, if you play with me once, you will never have a chance to play with me again. And that one time, he never got a chance to do it again. He said on the day of her wedding night, he cried. because it hurt him so bad to see her walk down the aisle with a good guy. He said, so Lil Sean, if you ever get you a good woman and she good to you, you make sure you stay home and do everything in your power to keep that relationship going. And if she do right by you and you do right by her, it won't be hard to do it. Moral of the story is, that good woman for life is not worth losing for that good moment for the night.
Women, you need to learn to walk away. You don't wait on him to change. He is not going to change because you are good to him. He is only going to change when he feels the need to, not because you've been a sweet girl to him. All the time you are using to pray for him to become a better person, pour that energy into praying for the people who have been loving you, who appreciate you, those people that have been doing good to you. And the worst is, this men who treats women badly, they cannot stand another man do it to their daughters. He will go to the ends of the earth to see that his daughter is respected.
I can remember distinctly when I started hurting girls. I was around 15 years old, and I was dating this young lady. She was dark skinned, she had nice lips, thick body, and for a while, for about a year, she had turned me out. She used to take me to her house, feed me a steak, have sex with me, and send me home. I would catch the bus from her house at 11 o'clock at night. Probably did this for about a year. And then one day it all shifted, it changed, and I started mistreating her because I felt like I didn't have control. And she was so dominant over me that I was embarrassed, but I couldn't do anything about it. So I'm saying this to say this. I remember mistreating girls starting at age 15 all the way up until I went into therapy when I started talking about why I was mistreating girls, and I was 47. 32 years straight. So there's no such thing as waiting on your Leon or a female like me, Leona, to change. If they've been doing it for as long as I've been doing it, it becomes a trait. It becomes ingrained. It becomes embedded to be emotionally detached, to hurt people, to lie, to gaslight, to cheat, to break hearts. And then they become used to it. And then they start to expect it. You know why? Because it feels good to have the dominant force in my direction. It felt good to watch her cry. And I know this is triggering for y'all, but I'm saying it so that you realize that you can't hope and wish for a person to change. I hurt girls for 32 years straight. 35 years straight. 40 years straight. Because when I got out of therapy, 2014, it took me another 5 years, 6 years, 7 years to say, okay, I finally grow up. And it's not that I'm being real to y'all because I'm getting older, I'm almost 60, and I don't want to die alone. No. All my messages come from God, period. I don't plan a video. I don't plan to talk. I don't plan a Zoom. It just happens. And this is my assignment. So stop waiting on people to grow and change and make your grow and change inevitable. Because they've been doing it for so long, that's exactly who they are. And guess what? That's exactly who they want to be.
If you look at what I did 10 years ago and what I do now, it's not the same. I'm very remorseful for what I did now that I'm a father to a daughter. Because when I look at my daughter as a baby, it's like I can't. It's almost like it suffocates me with that guilt. It suffocates me with the guilt that I harbor what I did to women when I was younger. Because maybe one day a man will do that to my daughter, and I hope she doesn't pay the price for the things. I try to always be polite to her. Sure. But I'm sure that there were women that I used for my own sexual purposes, and it was disregarding their emotional desire.
I have come to realize that men who fumble women deal with insecurities. How do I mean? He knows that you are out of his league. He knows that you are way too good for him. And so he uses manipulation to control you. Deep down, he knows that you are higher than his level, mentally, emotionally, probably financially, and otherwise. So ladies, don't settle for less. An insecure man is the worst person to be with. His broke state is controlling his mind. He's not happy with himself. So how do you expect him to be happy with you and treat you right? He's battling some things in his mind. The problem is not you, but he's going to switch it up on you and make you feel like you are the one that has issues in the relationship. So if you want to get into a relationship, Find a man who is successful, someone who has figured out what he wants to do with his life and has things going on for him. This man has emotional intelligence, is financially stable, is able to regulate his emotions. It might take you a longer time to find this person. Wait. Because if you refuse to wait, it is going to cost you mentally and probably financially. So just wait so you do not regret. Keep your standards high. Don't let any man change you and fumble you. Learn to walk away when you do not feel respected. If you enjoyed watching this video, share it with a queen who you would like to see this. Don't forget to subscribe and hit thumbs up. If you'd like to see how to activate your feminine energy and receive things, not just gifts, but love, compassion, and all that good stuff, click this video to watch. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in my next one.